Welcome to the Dialogus YouTube channel. I'm your host Nishmanya, and this is the BMW iX1 long wheelbase. And it's worth noting that BMW has just launched this at an introductory price tag of 49 lakh rupees. This makes it one of the most affordable luxury SUVs in India right now. And just as a pointer, this is actually cheaper than the Volkswagen Tiguan R line. However, do know that's an imported unit, and as I said, this is locally assembled. So I'm going to walk you through everything there is you need to know about this electric luxury SUV. Let's get into the review. A big shout out to the Bird Automotive BMW showroom that has lent me this lovely iX1 long wheelbase. It is so cool of them to give the car out for review. And definitely, if you guys are in the NCR region, Gurgaon, do go down to their showroom. They have one of the best BMW showrooms in the country down right now. So go check it out.
Let's quickly go over the technical specifications of the iX1 long wheelbase. Now, in India, it's available in a single variant, which is the eDrive 20L, and it comes with the M Sport pack as standard. What all this means is that this luxury EV comes with a 66.4 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery pack that can be charged by the 11 kilowatt charger that BMW provides you in just about 6.5 hours. Additionally, if you can get access to a faster charging station up to 130 kilowatt, you'll be able to top up your EV much faster. This battery pack powers a single electric motor that is situated in the front of the car, and this has been done because BMW wants to maximize the amount of space on offer in the long wheelbase, and because this SUV shares its platform with the internal combustion engine X1. That means the most amount of space for a motor is up front without intruding into the cabin space. That's why they decided to do a front wheel drive layout instead of a traditional EV rear wheel drive layout for a single motor car. This electric motor makes 204 horsepower and 250 newton meters of torque, which being an EV is accessible instantly. And this propels the car from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just over 8 seconds. This is mighty impressive for an SUV that's over 4.6 meters in length and over 1.8 meters in width. It's also worth noting that the iX1 long wheelbase is about 117 millimeters longer than the standard iX1, and it has a 109 increased wheelbase, which at 2800 is quite long for the segment.
So going into this review, there were a few things that I knew that I had to sort of rewire my head with, because the old iX1, there's something that really appealed to a lot of people, even non-EV enthusiasts, was the fact that it had over 300 horsepower all-wheel drive and it had really punchy performance. And when they got the iX1 extended wheelbase out in India, the main issue that happened was that power figures went down. It now only makes 204 horsepower and is front wheel drive, not rear wheel drive or all wheel drive. So, from behind the wheel, what you get is a very linear, very calm and sorted sensation. It's not that it's slow, the 204 horsepower can definitely be felt. Only thing is that it's not punchy the way you expect EVs to be. The flip side to that lack of super aggression and performance is that you get a very nice pull off the line. And it sort of works very well with the character of this car because it wants to be driven a little sedately. That said, if you do want to pick up the pace and drive a little faster, on the weekends your driver is not there, there is ample performance and dynamic capability for you to enjoy out here. So, just for instance, if I floor it right now, it effortlessly gets to the speed limit, and I've tried it out on the open road as well. Out there, it gets to cruising speeds like 120 very easily. It doesn't go beyond that too much. So that's something that you need to keep in mind. It's a nice highway cruiser. It's not really a canyon carver. In terms of driving dynamics, the car feels fairly planted. It's got a little bit of body roll, but not a whole lot. And honestly, for an SUV that weighs this much and is this big, it's pretty good and pretty planted. I like the steering also. It's quite light, very easy to maneuver in and around town. However, it doesn't get the most amount of feedback. I actually know it gives you a decent amount of feedback. It's just a little low compared to other BMWs. They've set the benchmark themselves so high, but it's honestly a very lovely steering unit, and yeah, most people are really going to enjoy this. Also, while we're on the subject, turning circle, it's actually surprisingly quite small. This car is 4.6, 4.7 meters long, and you can do relatively tight city turning such as this without thinking too much about whether the car will make it or not. Visibility out of the cabin's also really good. You've got a big glass house in the front and the sides. The wing mirrors are large. I think all in all it feels pretty darn good in terms of driving dynamics. This B mode actually lets you do one pedal driving, which means all you have to focus on is the accelerator. You don't have to even think about the brake because the regen will kick in and it will bring the car to a halt, which is very cool considering that in city traffic you wanna, avoid the boredom of being stuck in slow moving traffic. So you can figure out how to judge traffic. Just let off the gas and see how quickly it comes to a halt, and it really does quite effectively start braking. So there's something you have to keep in mind, but it'll definitely help your range. Now, design is a fairly subjective thing, and I'm going to quickly walk you through all the stuff that has been updated with this long wheelbase iX1. First up, there's the grille. This is a large grille, though it's not actually functional. It's more an aero nose plate for efficiency, though it's got this nice triangular pattern to it. If you come around to the side, there are the headlights. They're very well detailed, nicely swept back. I really like how they look. If you look at the bumper down here, it's got a nice wide look to it because of these accentuated pillars on the side, and they are actually air curtains that channel air to the wheel well. So I like that they're functional. And the air dam down here is actually very well concealed. All in all, the front of the iX1 looks really nice. Coming to the side of the iX1 extended wheelbase, the most notable thing is the increase in length. And this is 116 millimeters longer than the standard iX1, and 108 millimeters of those are between the front and rear wheel in the wheelbase. That means that you get a visually larger door. It's also dimensionally larger, a longer side skirt. Apart from that, pretty much the rest of the design is the same. These are riding on 18-inch wheels, which look quite nice in this diamond cut finish. And another thing I really like on the side are these door handles. They're flush, but they're actually like regular door handles, not the flush pop-out ones. I don't particularly like those, but I like how this one feels and works. Also on the side, you'll be able to notice there is a roof rail. This is a functional roof rail. And back here, you have an integrated spoiler. The rear of the iX1 extended wheelbase and the standard iX1 are near on identical. And that is seen with these taillights. They're very nicely sculpted and molded. I like how they look, but they are the same as the ones on the iX1. Same with this spoiler. It's a nicely integrated unit, very sporty, flared on both sides. I love the detailing back here. The tailgate is also not particularly flat. It's got nice contours to break up the visual mass. And down here, you get a very nice sporty diffuser, which actually works. Quite good looking in my opinion. Stepping into the front of the BMW iX1 is a very nice experience. The doors have a nice heft to them, and when they close, they have a nice thud. Now, once inside, you'll be greeted by this rather lovely dashboard design. And of course, as you'd expect with a BMW, the finishing is very good. You can see the soft touch material here as well as on top of the door cards. And honestly, it's not until you get lower down here in the central tunnel, you can hear there's a little bit of scratchy plastic, and down by the door bins. And apart from that, the materials are quite nice. I also really like this silver accent that goes around the dash. Now, the cockpit design, which is this section, is a little asymmetric in the sense that it's sort of angled a little away from you, but also it's curved. This is a 10.8-inch touchscreen. It is quite responsive, as you can see. However, the new BMW OS 9 has a very different layout than the previous iDrive system, which was a benchmark for the segment. Now it's a little bit more cumbersome to use. And also, since BMW has gotten rid of most of the physical switches, you have to deal with things like the climate controls being baked into the screen. So, like if I want to change my temperatures, I'm going to have to use the dials here. And if I click on this, I can change my fan speed. So, like I can go to low, very low, auto, all those things. The boot of the iX1 extended wheelbase isn't the biggest thing out there, but it's not very small either. You can see that is 490 liters of boot space. That's actually pretty good. You can get a couple of large suitcases, maybe three, or some of the smaller duffel bags in here. And if you just come in, I'll show you under the floor, you get additional storage, which can be quite handy. However, there's no spare wheel. You can actually option one from BMW and they'll put it here on top. So that's going to eat into your boot space. That's something worth keeping in mind. Alternatively, you can just keep a tire repair kit in here as well. Now, because this is a luxury SUV, it also has electric tailgate. So all I have to do to close it. All in all, the BMW iX1 long wheelbase is a very, very enticing package. Nothing can disregard the pricing of this. At 49 lakhs, it is so compelling. The fact that you can get into a luxury German car brand and that to an SUV that is very, very usable in and around the city. And even for those of you who want to take it a little bit out, maybe a couple of hours drive from your city to your farmhouse, maybe, those are drives you can consider doing with this car. But you have to remember this is not a driver's car like typical BMWs are. So when you go into the showroom, when you go take your test drive, keep that in mind because this is designed to be more linear with its power delivery. It's supposed to be a little more soft in the driving dynamics, lighter steering. But all this means that it's easier to drive around, and gosh, those back seats are so spacious and so comfortable. They really give you the feel of being in a luxury SUV, which something like the iX1 or even the entry level X1 do not give you because the rear seats are a little cramped. So all in all, it is a lovely package and definitely something you should shortlist. In case you want some other EV alternatives, check the comment down below and let me know, would you consider buying this at 49 lakhs? Until next time, cheers.